Welcome back, everybody, to Show and Trailer.
Cool block.
Ubisoft has set a new record. They announced
It's Halo!
7 new Assassin's Creeds in one day.
The industrialized world.
What the fuck?
Profits
Really?
and progress while
I'm joking. But the fact that, like,
It's funny because it's like,
It's not
that's
possible.
real. That could happen.
the fact that, like, 75% of you believed it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was bad. All right, so the news Assassin's Creed.
London. 1868.
Ontario.
The industrialized world. Profits see progress while workers never
Ooh.
sleep.
See that guy
Slavery
doing the girl?
comes to irons and chains, to our very struggle to survive.
That's what you have to be.
Yeah.
Time for change.
All about that.
So it's going to take place
Seek only their own
in
gain.
Gangs of New York times.
Yeah, but not in
We're amidst the
England.
industrial
London.
revolution.
In America.
The telegraph,
Oh, in London.
electricity, changing the way that we live.
It's been a long day.
Shaping our future. But it must be a future for everyone.
So, 75 years after the last game, during the French Revolution,
More subtle.
Yeah, subtle.
A blaze from the ashes of an old brotherhood. We shall rise.
Is this gonna be like a Telltale?
a what?
Street gangs will be
I
our
don't think
armies.
so.
Usually they
Oh.
have
Nah,
like
it's
full
just
game
the-
The
development. when they're
slums, our
announcing.
fortress.
Just to talk this out.
Yeah.
Whoa!
They say this is the
That's our
modern
input.
era.
Choo choo.
Oh, choo-choo trains!
You guys are
It's
happy you're
time
supporting
for
our show?
rebirth,
Ooh, that's a crazy thing.
and we shall lead the way.
Assassin's
So,
Creed.
I want that tag on the back of the box.
So, Assassin's
Then
Creed
it's-
Syndicate takes place in
Choo-choo.
London in 1868. The Industrial Revolution, in essence,
Jeez.
is society going from almost a medieval society
Okay.
to the modern society in which we live in today.
The big pocket watch.
It's an increase in productivity that's never been seen before
the
in the
biggest
history of
in the world.
mankind.
Can I have a
We've
beer?
seen transformation
Yeah,
breaking through.
You need
In
a
the
special
span of
beer?
a few
Is this
years,
special?
I don't want
doesn't
special
want
beer
special
anymore.
beer. He wants special beer.
circumference of the
But
earth.
give him one of the ones in the
It's a
container
world
because
No!
it's natural.
by
Okay.
science. We'll see tons of progress
Muskoka?
in medicine that
Science.
belongs to a
What
lifetime
kind of
of
science is
people
that?
from
Cutting flowers
about
with
20 years
scissors?
old to 50 years old.
What is?
Ooh, he's cutting up flowers
It's a
with
world
scissors.
that's no longer ruled by
Kai has
kings
a
or
I don't know,
religion.
Cockney
It's a
things.
world that's ruled by money. And this is something that completely changes society. You have the
So,
upper
that's an
classes,
interesting setting.
which
They're good at
still
interesting settings.
rule the city
Yeah, they
because
are.
they are
They
the
still haven't
ones
come to
who
Canada
have the
yet.
right to
Kind of
vote.
bullshit.
So
Well,
Yeah,
kind of
especially
a
since
little
that's a
bit.
Quebec
classes was
studio.
pretty much to
With
either
the native
work
guy,
hard
right?
and to
War of
die
1812.
young, or to resort to something new. With the industrial era sees the birth of organized crime, a bit as we know it
So
today.
the
It's really a
idea
concept
behind
that
the name
takes
Syndicate
root
is that
in
it
the
will be about
Victorian
organized
era.
crime, so
Cool.
there's going to be
People would
gangs.
band together to try to.
Let's actually, we'll take a break here, and when we come back, they've actually got gameplay to look at
Alright.
already, so stay tuned. Assassin's Creed Syndicate gameplay after the break. Where's my... Oh, there we go. It was between the song. Alright, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's look at the Assassin's Creed gameplay. Probably looks like, I bet you, Assassin's Creed.
Probably
Yeah.
looks really, really
Good.
parkour.
So this is in-game engine, first of all. Pre-rendered, though. Oh, isn't that nice of Ubisoft to finally start admitting, like, when stuff's
Hey, there's your big
pre-rendered?
clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Nah, they just got lots of clocks in England.
Oh.
Cookery.
Wait, what does it say about it? From the other
side of the
side.
British Empire, curved blade cuts through flesh and bone with ease.
Jesus!
And let's end that.
Whoa! Oh man, he's just ripping through you guys here.
Oh yeah, gotta get that knife back.
Oh!
Ooh.
Rambo. You could have just used the gun right away.
Yeah. Is that on like a spring loaded in his wrist?
That's why you lack showmanship, Deegan.
You can turn it sideways. That's showy.
Brass knuckles.
That's not showy, Deegan, that's gangsta.
It's showy, look.
Kind of the same.
I'm a gunsmith.
Kind of the same thing.
Ooh,
There's
got a
got
little
rope
hook
launcher,
thingy.
hidden blade. Pew!
To get those wonderful toys.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate will be the fastest-paced Assassin's Creed that we've ever built.
It kind of
The
looks
speed
Batman.
of
I was
combat
gonna
in
say, it
Assassin's
looks
Creed
Batman.
It's gonna be
Unfortunately
changed
not.
dramatically. We are making combat much more closer.
WB
range
is by far
than
my favorite
ever in the
gameplay
past.
style now.
The reason we're doing
Yeah.
this
The
is
WB
that
games.
the Victorian era has changed the way we think about weapons.
Have you guys
You
played
can no
Unity?
longer walk down the streets with
Things
a
haven't
sword at
changed
your
much,
hip. You
and
would
it's
be
the same
arrested.
engine.
People fought with
Right?
hidden knives, hidden
Yeah.
blades,
Yeah, I
with brass knuckles. So there's a lot of freedom for the player to
I don't ever
create
want to get
chaos.
punched with brass
We are
knuckles.
making combat much more.
Oops.
Really?
Assassin's
No,
Creed
really?
Syndicate
I'm
will
looking
be
forward to it.
consistent.
No.
I gotta think of
That
something else for your
ever.
birthday.
Let's look at the gameplay.
Bear mace.
Let me show you what I mean in this first gameplay walkthrough
Ooh,
of
in-game
Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Cheers!
It's good to be alive for the next 10 years.
We'll live to our 30s!
You're only 18.
Yes, they work for the Templars.
They're paid off by the Templars. Slight difference. If we take control of the gangs,
Is this
we
our
take
guy?
control of
Yeah,
London from the
he looks
bottom
like every
up.
other guy.
About building yourself an army. Miss Fry, tell him this is complete madness.
You need to consolidate your control. I can keep the rival gangs.
So these
and
two
the
are
police
brothers
from
and
sweeping
sister,
in
brother and
seizing the
sister,
territory.
We can't very well
and they're
send
both the
bloody
leaders
Nora
of
an
like a
engraved
major
invitation.
gang,
We have no idea where they're holed up.
and they're both
Yeah, we
assassins,
do.
I guess,
You found
born.
them?
The Glatters are operating out of the rookery. Bloody Nora will be there.
Good work, Clara. Tremendous work.
Jacob,
Can't talk now, Henry. Duty calls. To your health.
Big flagon.
Apologies, Mr. Green.
That was a nice touch. Did you see that?
Yeah. Ew. Me kids drinking on my way.
We are now in the city of London, one of the 7 boroughs that you'll
So,
experience in
again,
Assassin's
like,
Creed Syndicate.
All Assassin's Creed,
The
I'm like,
city of
holy
London
fuck, I
is
really
the
want to be
economic
in this
and financial
environment.
heart
Yeah.
of London
Yep.
in the 19th century. The borough
Yeah.
fully
Really
embodies
is
the
mud
hustle
people.
and bustle spirit
Mud everywhere.
associated with Victorian London.
Yeah, shit in the
Booming
streets.
businesses, busy sidewalks, and
Whores
even
in the
busier
streets.
streets.
Basically everything.
Shitting whores in the streets.
Yeah.
Whores in the
New
shit.
to our game are iconic modes
So
of
this is big.
transportation, including trains and
That's pretty cool.
carriages.
This is
Only
like
present
basically
in
adding
Victorian
vehicles
London,
to an
carriages
Assassin's
will
Creed game.
Yeah.
change how you play Assassin's Creed. You can take the reins and traverse the city faster than ever before. You can
Really?
also
On a
hide
Faster
carriage?
on
This
this?
feels
adding
so
more
good.
to your
Then
stealth
superhuman
game or run over
parkour?
targets and
I feel like
enemies.
full tilt
The
galloping on a
possibilities
horse
are
without the
endless.
carriage
Yeah.
would be the fastest.
In this mission, Jacob wants to take over one of the Templars' controlled gangs in order to build an army against the Templars that run the city. To
are the
do so,
Templars
he
gonna
will
learn?
need
Ooh,
to
was that a
take
glitch?
his-
Oh, it was. They left glitches
Yep.
in.
Yep. Whoa!
To do
Way to
so-
go, yeah.
They like how the other guy reaches out like, get
Go,
back
go.
here.
The
We've
borough,
left in
by
all your
dislodging
favorite
the enemy
glitches.
gang from their stronghold. Not unlike big cities today, rich and poor share the same environment. Even the richest neighborhood, like Westminster, had areas where the police would not dare set foot. These slums were where
This is gonna be
street
so
gangs
cool for
ruled.
people who live in
With the
London
simple
or have
push
been
of
to
a button,
London.
Yeah.
Will
Yeah.
activate
Look at that
stealth
ass.
mode as we are
Yeah, dude.
entering enemy-controlled territory.
How'd they grow their butts like that back
Oh,
then?
the biggest
Also new
booties.
to our game,
Put your
the
hat up.
rope
There's like a
launcher
steel
will
cage in
change
there,
the
wasn't
way
there?
you
Yeah.
navigate throughout the city.
In their butt.
This new
Yeah,
tool,
they-
you can
it's
climb
like an
the
umbrella,
highest
babe.
building in seconds, or zip line from rooftop to rooftop.
So they have zip lines. Didn't they have zip lines before? Throughout this thing,
no.
he keeps talking about zip lines like they're new.
I
So
don't think they ever did.
I
they
don't
never
think
had
so
zip
either. I
lines?
don't think so.
Huh.
Let's trigger eagle
Weird.
vision to study our
So it
surroundings.
is like Batman.
Well,
Assassin's Creed had always
Assassin's
had
I've never
Creed
played
is
them
had
actually,
Eagle
now that I think
for
about it.
Batman, but I feel like Batman perfected the gameplay style, and Ubisoft just kind of feels like it's almost going backwards. I don't know.
That was pretty good. What the?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a guy.
I didn't even see
I thought
it.
it was like a pigeon.
I'm eating good tonight.
We can see that one of our allies is in trouble. Let's give him a hand. We first need to eliminate the lookout to make sure he doesn't call reinforcements. The throwing knives will take him out silently.
Revelation had zip lines, but none that you could carry with you.
Oh,
Except,
Well, that's weird.
that guy was standing on a bench.
Yeah,
oh,
it
knife in the
was.
head, huh?
Better stand.
carry
better,
on.
Better stand on this bench.
hey, sneaky guy, do you know who did it?
They would have seen it.
Everybody would have seen everything.
Yeah.
It's not. The game doesn't make sense. It's hilarious to play.
sneaky.
Yeah, get hurt. Oh.
Nobody has peripheral vision.
We are facing a lot of enemies.
Everyone's just minding
so
their own
first
business.
approach is probably not a good idea.
Bullshit. He said that approaching this large group of enemies wouldn't be a good idea. In Assassin's Creed, you're fine. You flail,
Don't
you
stand
win.
under that, you dumbass.
Barely got Barely got
Ow.
Dude, I really like that it's derpy.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That
it
they're
is
showing
derpy.
it derpy. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not perfect.
They're showing it derpy.
Well, I think the last release humbled them a bit.
I think
Oh,
so
really?
too.
Another one of our
Was it
allies is in
severely-
trouble.
It's derpy.
Severely
Before
derpy.
it's too late for
Maybe
them.
they're doing it too fast, they're realizing.
Maybe.
Yeah, this Kurt, you guys not suspicious at all right now.
One thing I like
She's
about
walking back.
they've been adding people of different body types, which is really nice.
That's awesome, and they associate with each other. Like a couple is a couple.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
one of
really?
the greatest things. Like Unity was
You
ambitious.
can separate them, but they come back together,
cool.
and it's something that you won't notice unless you're like
Yeah.
looking for it.
Unless you're dicking around like we do.
Yeah.
Ah, my ear.
Now
I'm
that our
free.
ally is free,
For the help, boss.
we'll ask him to assist us in our fight for this slum. Here is the stronghold leader, highlighted in yellow. Let's try to take him out with stealth, as he is more dangerous than common thugs. We'll use the hallucinogenic darts to turn our enemies against one another.
Nice.
So hallucinogenic
Oh,
darts,
okay. Say butcher knife.
I guess, are more powerful when shot into flames now, or something. Or...
What can I
Jesus,
get? Get some
dude! Oh
hallucinogenic
God! You're
darts.
just beating the shit out of her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh! Dude! Are we the hero?
I like that he beat up a girl.
That guy just
Yeah.
cleavered you.
Why did he just wait around
Hey,
for us to
wake
beat
up,
up
hit in the
your
head.
chick?
Still going.
No mercy.
Oh God. How many cleavers can you take?
Probably 4 or 5.
That guy wandering around.
Shoot.
I'll take that.
Burn it to the ground.
Yay!
Yeah, let's all stand under it.
The whole slum catches on
Nothing
fire.
bad could happen.
Oh no!
Our new gang!
So,
Cool.
This slum is now one, and your gang
oh, there's something else
occupies
too that's really
territory.
cool.
Well, well.
We're the green boy.
Come crawling out of their holes, have they?
Kind of wish they'd come back to America though and did this in New
Deal
York.
with this.
Yeah, that would have been pretty
Yeah.
cool. Like.
We were caught
still
in a
very
trap
similar.
orchestrated by Bloody Nora, one of the
that's
seven
the guy you
of our
just
gang
beat.
leaders.
Yeah, you killed him.
Well,
No,
they
it's
all
his
look
twin,
very
it's his
similar.
twin.
Cruelty and
Well,
suffering.
that's the thing.
We need
In
to
watching this
figure out
gameplay and
once
seeing
and
the
for
different
all.
enemy types, you know, there's brawlers, but they all look the same.
Oh, really?
It really makes me want, once again, and I'm a broken record like this, Shadow of Mordor system of making different looking dudes
Were they randomly
for every
generated?
dude. Yeah.
Cool. Like really different looking?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, did you see Shadow of Mordor? Oh, God.
I don't remember it.
The Nemesis system created individual orcs who all looked like they were designed to be bosses. Like,
Bloody
Oh, really?
Nora's
every
trying
guy
to
looked
make
different,
sure
had a
we
different
get
voice, had like
grabbing our carriage
different
to
sayings.
Our
fears.
fears has taken some damage, but seems to be holding up.
Anyways, this is cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Whenever he's driving, like, oh, this is gonna be
Yeah.
fun with glitches. This has to be glitchy as hell, and I hope it is.
Yeah. You gotta hope for the good ones.
I don't think it's gonna shoot
don't
like
The
think
that.
cartridges.
like that.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
We made it to the game, an all-out confrontation between your gang and your rival for the
Ooh, gang
ultimate control
fights.
of
Ooh.
Aurora.
Protect your face, Leo
Yeah, one of those
DiCaprio.
gangs in New York
These
now.
fights, thanks
Yeah.
to our new fighting system.
fucking
Daniel
good.
Day-Lewis is so
Faster
fucking cool.
and more
Everyone's so
responsive
good.
than ever before.
That movie, Gangs of New York was kind of panned by critics.
Was it?
It was mixed, and some people just
Weird.
hated it.
Really?
Peaky Blinders, the game.
Peaky Blinders!
Blinders!
My dad took us to see that in the theater. I was like pretty young for it.
We are
Really
Yeah.
good.
Evie Fry. And as of this moment, you all work for us.
So there was one thing that they
The team is really focused and working real.
They did something before that, so they debuted all this kind of surprisingly before E3.
Yeah.
Like just a month before E3, making you wonder how much does Ubisoft have to show at E3 if like that's all of that was potential E3 debut.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, are they going to show something really crazy about
It'll
the
be
game,
another
or
game, a different
are they
game.
going to have more games than ever before? Because usually they have a slot dedicated to Assassin's Creed.
They always have a new Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
so it's
At
like
least one.
So I'm predicting they're just going to show a cool CG trailer at E3, but then like I think they're going to have more new titles than before, before.
Jesus Christ.
I think you're going to see a new Watch Dogs probably, and like maybe even a new IP. All right, so there's one thing that they did before the stream that they did though, and I thought this was interesting. This is why I could say with confidence that they've been humbled.
Ubi Central, it says in the
So they
bottom
did like a
left.
half-hour stream showing all that footage, but this is what opened
My
it.
name is François Pelin. I'm executive director for the studio and senior producer on the new project. I was one of the first ones to start in Ubisoft Montreal. I believe that I was number 56. Since '97 to now, the company changed. We all matured. We all made a lot of mistakes. Tried different things. Had a lot of success on stuff, less on others, but we've all learned.
Is this Montreal or Quebec City?
That's been the beauty of Ubisoft in Quebec, in Montreal, is that a company that gives you the chance to try stuff and to create.
They're probably right
Because
by a
when you
couple
do
strip
something
clubs
for
there.
the first time,
Yeah.
well, you innovate.
And Poutinerie.
Maybe both.
I just made out that word.
Ooh.
Victory.
So these are actually quite old memories, you know. It's few pages, you know, of design research I've saved.
I remember the first time seeing AC1, it was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It was, I've never seen, you know, a character touching the world in such a unique way. I've never seen a world that was so detailed and so rich.
We had no engine, so we built our own engine from scratch. And all we had to go on was our taste. As you can imagine, when you don't have any specs, you're basically going to blank check. You can invent the world if you want, and we completely did invent the world. But the amount of features that we had, the final game had 9 missions. The original game that we designed had 72.
Assassin's Creed is about transporting people to a time that they can never really truly visit.
Takes a little bit.
It's really great. A sense of freedom.
I thought it got a little bit quicker too. They eventually start talking about Unity here.
Which one was Unity? The French Revolution?
The most recent one, yeah.
I mean, people love so much.
Limitation on the exploration.
Poutinerie was actually a place.
There's
maybe?
actually a full seasonal
Oh,
weather
has to
system.
It's closed apparently.
I thought they led with it. Okay, there it is. That's what they start talking about.
Lightning rods as possible. Hopefully lightning will strike.
Not so revolutionary.
Every year we take risks. This one we made, I've taken too many risks.
There were a lot of ambitious elements. It was the biggest city we'd ever built. It was a really complex city, and if you look at it, it looks beautiful. Everything was fresh, everything was new.
It was this huge ambition, which was amazing. ACU is the first one in the AC brand where we saw that it was a much lower Metacritic.
For people to work so hard on something for 4 years and then to have the reception that it had, you're
that's gotta
leaving a
blow.
piece of yourself in that thing.
It's like you're a kid being told you're ugly and you're fat. And God, it hurts. Your little heart breaks a little bit.
The worst thing that can happen actually
Still made money, didn't you?
when you
That
release
guy.
a game is to have one of your bug becoming the front cover of
That was one of the bugs?
Really?
Nobody's
Yeah.
happy when 4
Holy fuck.
years of hard work are just image, you know, with the bug.
Some people took it personally, some people took it upon themselves that, you know, they made mistakes. At the same time, I do feel for the fans who felt somehow that it didn't meet their expectations. That's disappointing as well.
Well, now I feel bad for
That's,
hating it.
something you can never
Everyone hated it.
take for granted as a developer.
But the main thing for me is you look at that.
Oh, the music got nicer.
You do post,
but there's a brand new day. So they basically go on to talk about how they learned from it and stuff like that. But the thing was, I remember, so when Becky and I were first looking at it, there was a lot there that actually really astounded us, mainly the crowds. And I've been critical of crowds in games for a long time, that like, you hear this crowd, you're like, rah, 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 rah. You look around, there's 7 people. And it's like, video games need to come further with crowds, and they did. They did an amazing job. But because they were so ambitious, there were so many bugs. Some were hilarious, some were just like, oh my god, this is too much.
It's kind of crazy that they wouldn't
the next
have
challenge that you had,
I don't know,
and you build
found
on the things
most
you
of
did
them.
well.
You can only do so much, and when you're in a big company, like when you're a big ship like Ubisoft, it's hard to steer it. Like, they have to stay on course, there's a release date, we gotta get it out, because if you miss this release date, then the next Assassin's Creed is gonna be released right next to the other one, because they all like stacked. So
because we all play.
it made me debate. I remember during that show saying, like, do I want developers to stop being ambitious and risky, or do I want stable games that work and are solid but don't innovate as much?
I want both.
Need a balance.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It was difficult.
Yeah.
The good thing was, I don't think there were too many game-breaking glitches from what I heard. We didn't. I don't think have any, but there were a lot of ridiculous for a game that's atmospheric and is supposed to put you in the time.
Any of those kind of things.
It's pretty distracting when people are like, their heads are walking on the ground instead of their bodies.
Yeah.
Like, people were just sinking into the ground and walking, and their heads were floating around on the ground. Like,
that's hard.
So like, it really takes you out of the experience. But it's funny because maybe they could just own it, like because of the whole Animus. Maybe they're glitches.
Yeah.
Anytime the system detects a
Did we talk about
glitch,
that before? How
I think they may have tongue-in-cheek referenced their own glitches as being the Animus, but maybe they should actually have a system in place where the computer, where like the system detects it when a glitch is happening and then puts like glitchy Animus stuff over it.
Oh my god.
But anyways,
I think they've talked about that before. Yeah.
we'll be back after this with more Video Games Awesome. Stay tuned.